Seriously, Crunchyroll, we're getting a hentai anime this season? Hey everyone, how are you? I hope you're all doing well. I'm the Monio, the interdimensional demon who talks most about this season's anime on YouTube, and you're on my channel. I was on Crunchyroll checking out this season's new releases when I came across this anime, Tales of Wedding Rings. When I clicked on it, something caught my eye. Crunchyroll warned me that the content was R-rated and that I would have to activate the viewing function to watch it. And yes, Crunchyroll has always had content with this rating, but it's usually violent content that isn't as explicit in terms of nudity or as some kind of censorship. This isn't the case with Tales of Wedding Rings, which isn't actually hentai, but it's the closest you'll find, at least on Crunchyroll. Let's break it down. Satu is a young Japanese man who lives a relatively ordinary life, and who is in love with his best friend. One day, his friend leaves, and he decides to go after her and ends up in another world, and he discovers that his friend is a princess of this kingdom where magic exists and the demon king threatens all the kingdoms. Satu doesn't even have time to be surprised, because he discovers that he is the great hero who will save that world. And yes, it is a nice guy. You've seen the story in 1,000 other animes. The difference is that to unlock the hero's powers, he needs 5 rings from 5 princesses, whose power is released after doing naughty things with each of them. And that's it. It's basically a standard ice guy, with almost nothing different from the others, except for the appealing content of the naked princesses. But one thing I found interesting is the way the anime handles sexualization and nudity. As incredible as it may seem, Tales of Wedding Rings, even with all the nude scenes, still sexualizes the characters less than other anime that are supposed to have a serious and dramatic story, but are constantly putting the characters in completely erotic situations and with sexual innuendos. In the case of this anime, despite the generic story and the main attraction being the nude scenes of the female characters, it's interesting in comparative terms how it manages to have a minimally functional story when it's not focused on adult scenes. Besides the urgency to defeat the villain who is equivalent to the Demon King, Saito has a plot in which he needs to show his feelings to the girl he has a crush on, but he must deal with the fact that he is forced to relate to the other princesses to gain more power. And regarding the nude scenes, it's interesting to note that nudity doesn't always mean sexualization. For example, the 1995 film Ghost in the Shell has many nude scenes, but they're not sexualized scenes. The series' standalone complex doesn't have nudity, but there's a lot of sexualization of the protagonist. But the Monio, we're talking about an anime where a guy gets naughty with princesses to save the world. Is there really a need for a deep discussion about sexualization? Well, maybe not. Many people will watch this anime for what it offers, and its purpose in itself isn't necessarily bad. I think it's completely valid to have nude scenes or sex scenes. I have nothing against eroticism. The problem is when they eroticize things that shouldn't be eroticized. But if that's the narrative's purpose, then I think it's valid. But the Monio, are you saying all this so you can ultimately justify this video as a prank and that this anime is actually good and worth watching? Well, the anime is exactly as I described, generic. Its focus isn't on major character development or narrative depth, but that would be true regardless of the nude scenes. So, for those who enjoy Ice Guy and hate the censorship Crunchyroll imposes on more explicit scenes, this anime is for you. You won't find any censorship here. This anime is actually starting its 2nd season, and if you're interested, now's a good time to watch the first and continue watching weekly. So, have you watched this controversial anime? What did you think? Leave a comment, and if you liked the video, subscribe to see more content. Until next time my people, demonic hugs.